Good morning all. I'm going to make some water kefir this morning. Now in this jar I have hot water. It's half a cup with 3 tablespoons of sugar. Now, you can use whatever kind of sugar you want. I use Damara sugar. I like the taste of it, and so does the kefir. So I stuck that in the microwave for a minute and a half, so now it's hot. And I'm just going to stir it around to dissolve all that sugar. There's still some on the bottom. So we're just going to do that till it's dissolved. Right, good. Okay, now here I have my water kefir. Now I've made a couple batches of this already. As you can see, they're little grains. And this started out, this is probably quadrupled in size because I have another jar going. But when I first got this, and I got these from Posy Mom on Amazon. They're not expensive. They're like $5. And they keep growing. But anyway, these are brownish in color because of the color of the sugar. But I'm going to add some water. Now, you don't want to put your grains in that hot water. You'll kill them. So what I'm going to do, and this is filtered water. So I'm going to add 3 cups of cool filtered water to this hot water now. So we're just going to fill it up to there. And then we're going to stir it around some more. And it's still a little warm. So I'm going to let this cool for about 20 minutes before I add my kefir to it. So I'll be back when it's cool. Okay, I'm back. So this has been cooling off. It's still a little lukewarm. It's just lukewarm. It feels very nice. So I'm going to stick my little kefir grains. Now, really, I could divide this in half again, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to leave them the way they are. But eventually, I'm going to have to freeze some of these or give them to friends because they just keep growing and growing. And this is a very healthy culture. But for now, I'm just going to put it all in here. I'm going to feed these guys. If you find something like this in there, don't worry about it. It's just yeast. So, but I'm not going to put that in there because I don't think it needs it. So I'm just going to put my grains in there. And eventually, if you let this go, it does start, because these are like little tiny scobies in there, all these grains. And eventually, if you let it go long enough, it'll start forming, like, it looks like a kombucha SCOBY, but it's not kombucha, it's water kefir. I had some that I had kept in the refrigerator for way too long. I ended up throwing them out because they weren't viable anymore. I didn't feed them. And they had actually grown a couple of scobies in there. And I suppose I could have done something with them. But, you know, you can compost them or whatever you want. But anyway, that's all there is to it. And then you cover it with a coffee filter and a rubber band. You don't want fruit flies to get in there. And then you can write the date on here. And I usually ferment this 2 or 3 days. You leave it out on your counter. Now, if you also do kombucha and I ferment sourdough starter, you don't want to have them all next to each other because they'll cross-contaminate each other, and you don't want that. These little guys, they draw all kinds of yeast and good bacteria from the air. This is a probiotic drink. It's a cultured probiotic drink, so it's very healthy. Now here I did, this was my old culture from here, and I put it into one of these jars. I like these jars. I get them from cherry juice. I pick these up at Aldi's, and I save these jars because they're nice and thick for fermenting kombucha or water kefir. But anyway, I strained out the water from my culture, the old culture, and I had a little cherry juice left in here, and I had a little pineapple juice left over from some canned pineapple that was in natural juice. So I put that in here with this, and you seal it, and you let it sit out for another couple days, and it gets very, very very fizzy. So keep an eye on it. If you don't like it too fizzy, you can always burp it. But it's already starting to feed on the sugar that was in the juice. Now, these water kefir grains eat the sugar that you put in here. So don't be concerned about that. Yes, it has a little bit of a sugar content, but most of it's like kombucha. Most of it gets eaten up by the little kefir grains. And that's what allows them to grow and continue to make their drinks. But it's a great drink to have in lieu of pop. I don't drink pop. I gave that up years ago. If it's not sweet enough for you, what I'll do sometimes is I'll take not before you ferment this, but when I'm getting ready to drink this, I'll put a little stevia or monk fruit or something like that in with it, just to sweeten it up a little bit and not add any more calories. So that's all there is to it, and it's tasty, and it's another alternative to pop, or if you'd like to change it up, if you're a kombucha drinker. This is not fermented tea like the kombucha. It's just filtered water. So that's all there is to it. All right, my friends. I will see you in the next video. Have a wonderful day, and I love you guys.